wishes to all the graduates of 1993.
I'd like to congratulate the class of 1993. This has been an incredible 4 years. I hope your next 4 years are as good.
Congratulations, seniors. We'll miss you. Good luck.
As your senior advisor, it's my pleasure to congratulate you on this very special day. Good luck in the future and Godspeed.
This is Mr. Bendis of the History Department. I want to wish you all the best. You've worked hard for 4 years. Success is going to be yours. Look to the future and never feel that you can't go against the wind. Be your own person and the best always. Bye-bye now.
Summer loving had me a blast.
Summer loving happened so fast.
Met a girl who was crazy for me.
Met a boy, cute as can be.
Summer days drifted away, but oh, the summer. We speak in a whisper, afraid to be heard. When people are near, we speak not a word.
I have dreamed that your arms are lovely. I have dreamed what a joy you'll be. I have dreamed every word you whisper. Something shocking now, heaven knows, anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and black's white today, and day's night today, and most guys today that women prize today are just silly gigolos. And though I've got a great romantic, I know that's about you and me. That goes to show anything goes, anything, anything, anything goes.
The sky is clear, and if you'd like to go walking, dear, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's lovely.
I understand the reason why you're sentimental, 'cause so am I. It's delightful, it's delicious, it's lovely.
You can tell at a glance what a swell night this is for romance.
You see, dear, of nature murmuring low.
Let yourself go, so kiss me sweet, my chickadee.
And when I kiss you, just say to me, it's delightful, it's delicious,
It's delectable,
it's delirious, it's dilemma, it's the limit,
it's deluxe, it's deluxe.
you know me. I'm Neil. I play trumpet in a band, and I graduated 5 months ago. I just want see here it is. I just want to say congratulations to Jordan, Andre, Adam, James, Terrence, everybody else. There they all are. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks. And I was told to keep this short, so goodbye. Congratulations to everybody else, too. Here's Jordan now. Nice goatee.
Well, hello and shalom, and I'm Jordan. I play the bass among with other instruments. I just want to say goodbye. This 4 years has been too long. Here's Dre.
Hello, my name is Andre Finocchiaro, otherwise known as Dre, and I play bass and piano, and I guess the best thing I had here was a jazz band, and I really enjoyed it, and I learned a lot here, and I learned to hate a lot of people, such as the one singing right now, and I'll see you around.
I'm James. I play drums. That's it. I'm not a real musician, but I want to say congratulations to everyone in the band. Good luck to everyone next year in the band. No one's going to be here. And congratulations to all the graduates. And here's Terrence.
Hi, I'm Terrence Kniff. I'm supposed to play the drums. I don't do much. I'm basically the roadie around here. I just want to tell everybody to be good, and if you can't be good, be careful. If you can't be careful, name him after me. Here's Adam Cohen.
Hello, I would just like to say that these hats are the stupidest hats I've ever seen, and whoever invented these hats must have not graduated high school, because they would not have gone through having to wear these hats. Everybody here is, well, let's just say I love them all, and happy graduation to everybody, and that's about it. And right, Ren and Stimpy forever. Goodbye.
My name is Jonathan Levine, and I'm graduating the class of '93. I'd like to wish all my classmates hearty congratulations. And guys, we're finally out of here. I wish all of you the best of luck in college and in whatever you do. My musician friends, my actor friends, my crew friends, my hall friends, everybody, I wish you all the best. And may all of you going into the entertainment business, I wish you the most luck because it's the hardest. I know we're all going to need it. Take care.
Even though I didn't take many math classes, but I have a Regis diploma from math.
Wow, that's excellent. Congratulations.
I returned a lot of books to you.
That's good. Best of everything to everybody. Remember the important lessons that you learned during UPTA.
My name is Javier Munoz, and I want to wish everyone good luck. And I just hope everything goes well tonight. I'm scared. That's it.
My name is Mr. Joe DeMarco from the music department. I would like to wish all the graduating seniors, 1993, a prosperous future and good luck in everything you do. I hope all your dreams and wishes come true. And just keep on working hard, and especially for the music students, Café con leche, keep on moving.
Hi, I have this message to all the graduates. This is a wonderful night. This is Mrs. Einbinder, and I want to tell you it's been my pleasure to have you as my students. I'm very proud of all of you tonight. It's a wonderful night. Good luck.
This is Katie Gilligan, and I'd like to say congratulations to everyone. And it's been a good 4 years, and now it's over, so enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Meryl Finger, and I'm really nervous right now because we're going to be singing in front of 3,000 people. But congratulations, everyone, and it was a really great 4 years. And here's Rosanna.
Well, congratulations to everyone. This is Rosanna Rizzo, and I'm going to miss everyone, and I'm going to come to see all the shows when I'm a college student. So, bye.
Thank you.
Augustus Church.
Yeah, take coffee. Well, I lived in the water. I figured we got to find out what this is all about. I was smiling to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will ask you to please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin tonight's ceremonies, I just want to remind all of the parents and guests that are in the audience that you are asked to remain in your seats during the entire graduation ceremony. Regardless of what it may say in your programs tonight, my name is Ron Weiss, not Larry Strickler. And as Assistant Principal Administration, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to Edward R. Murrow High School's 17th commencement ceremonies. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the members of our graduating class. For tonight is a very special night, and you are a very special group of graduates, and we are here to honor you and your parents and your relatives. In fact, you are the first Murrow graduating class to have its commencement exercises at the beautiful Paramount Theater. The theme of your yearbook this year was Murrow then and now. And as I look back over the 16 years that I have spent at Edward R. Murrow High School, much has changed, and yet much remains the same. Saul Bruckner is still our principal. But the school has doubled in size over those years. 16 years ago, when I came to Murrow as a mathematics teacher, there were maybe 1,200 youngsters in the building. Today, and for the past 12 years, I have served as assistant principal administration. Indeed, the Murrow of 1977 is very different from the Murrow of 1993. But one important thing still remains the same. And that's the very special students who attend our school. Now, graduation is also a time for you to look back over your high school years, to see what has changed, to see what you have achieved, and to see what you have learned. Well, your achievements were many. There were marvelous theatrical productions, numerous awards, honors, and championships, too numerous to mention tonight, acceptances to more than 100 colleges and universities across the nation, and you, as a graduating class, have earned more than $5 million in scholarship monies. Indeed, an impressive record for a graduating class. And now, what have you learned while you have been at Murrow? I was afraid to ask that question, but I took a chance. Well, first of all, when you came to Murrow, you learned some new 4-letter words. Like opta and mile. You chose from many different courses, from calculus to Shakespeare, from astronomy to volleyball. And although some of you chose to major in opta, most of you made the right choices along the way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here tonight at graduation. And making choices is what Edward R. Murrow High School is all about. You had the freedom to choose the courses you studied, what you majored in, what you did with your opta time, what activities you participated in, and whether you would attend college or enter the job market. These were only a few of the important decisions that you have made during your years at Murrow. And if we have inspired you to accept the responsibilities associated with this freedom of choice, then as educators, we have been successful in our role. I truly hope that in the years to come, when you look back at your high school years, your memories of Murrow, both then and now, will be as vivid as mine are tonight. Good luck to all of you.
As senior class president, I would like to thank all who have been instrumental in making this day possible. Mr. Bruckner, the principal, Mr. Weiss, and Mr. Strickler, the assistant principals, Mr. Zaza, the class advisor, the senior council, the senior executive board, and most important, our family and friends. Fellow graduates, we are all passing through this graduation door together. None of us can be sure what lies on the other side. But we better make sure we carry our skills, thoughts, and ideas all the way through, especially those which we acquired during our years at Murrow. These years should be as memorable as possible. After all, these years will make our first step on our road to success. During these 4 years, we have forged lifelong friendships while developing good educational skills and paved the way for our dreams to come true. We have learned together, laughed together, and cried together. Now, we stand on the threshold of success. The senior class of 1993 of Edward R. Murrow High School have proven themselves to be more than competent to accomplish any goal. I would like to leave you with a special quote from the Reverend Jesse Jackson. If your mind can conceive it and your heart can believe it, then you can achieve it. Thank you and congratulations to all the graduates. Congratulations to the parents and family and friends. Thanks, parents and family. And here goes Shamika St. John, the senior class vice president.
Good evening, everyone. During this past year, I have watched us all go through a year filled with many decisions. As I can see, most of us have made the right decision, which is to finish high school and attend graduation. But as we complete this year filled with heartbreak, happiness, and conflicts, may we always remember Murrow, the good times that we have shared, all the work that we have completed, the goals that we have reached, and definitely the friendships that we have made. As this year concludes, and we, the class of 1993, venture out into that place called the real world, may we use all the knowledge and experiences acquired at Murrow to become the future Marissa Torme's and Vincent Marino's of the world. We are the leaders of today and tomorrow. Thank you.
We would like to give a special thanks to Ms. Hilton, the chairwoman of the English department.
Hello, good evening. My name is Michelle Patton. The members of Murrow's class of 93 all want something that Vincent G. Marino Jr. has, an Edward R. Murrow High School diploma. Mr. Marino graduated from our school in 1983. While at Murrow, he was deeply involved in theater and music. And in the 83 yearbook, he stated that his goal was to dream the impossible dream. Mr. Marino continued his education at Brooklyn College. During his junior year there, he entered the world of commercial radio as a weekend disc jockey at WJDM in Elizabeth, New Jersey. In 1988, Vincent Marino graduated from Brooklyn College with a Bachelor of Arts in Television and Radio. Today, Vincent G. Marino Jr., at the age of 27, is the Assistant Program Director of WNCN Classical Radio Station, New York. He is the youngest person at his station to ever hold this position. It is with great pleasure that I present Vincent G. Marino Jr.
Mr. Bruckner, honored guests, parents, teachers, and you guys. I still find it hard to believe that I was sitting where you are 10 years ago. The concept of a decade doesn't really hit you until you reach 20 years old. Only then do you have some frame of reference as to what the passage of 10 years really means. Well, here I am at the ripe old age of 27, speaking to Murrow's class of 1993. And two thoughts come to mind immediately. Number one, no one can call me a kid anymore. And two, that I often wish I was back at Murrow enjoying C&D Banopta and sneaking out for a slice at Pete's Pizza. Now, I know exactly what you've been through for the past 4 years, both good and bad. When I walked through the Chestnut Avenue entrance for the first time in September of 1979, I didn't know what to think. Here was this huge monolithic building that looked more like a prison than a high school. Now, I had come from a small private school where the entire 8th grade was 15 people. All of a sudden, I had hundreds and hundreds of strangers to deal with. Well, once I got over the initial shock, I was introduced to a whole new language, Murrowese. Now, come on, remember your first day? What on earth is an opta? It's not homeroom, it's SCS. Huh? A through J band. Did you ever wonder why there was no I band? I always did, but I never got a straight answer. There was always this air of mystery about it, you know? Don't ask, I was told. You don't need to know. Now, none of your friends who went to other high schools had any idea what you were talking about, right? Forget semesters, it's cycles. And my favorite was report card day. Look, Ma, 3 E's, 2 G's, and an S. Wow. Huh? Eventually, your parents figured it out. Right, parents? No. Too late now. Okay, once you got the lingo down, then you had to figure out where your classes were located. I think Magellan had an easier time, okay? It never failed. Every cycle I had one class in room 210, then right after it, all the way up to the Avenue L side of the 4th floor. It took me a while to figure out that crossing from one end of the school to the other was the same as crossing a full City Avenue block. Well, at least I got plenty of exercise, right? Now, by the end of freshman year, things become clearer. By then, you're a Murrow veteran. Now, that gives you certain privileges. Namely, you get to pick on freshmen the following September. Now, my favorite prank was the 5th floor pool pass. There's nothing like watching some cheese-eating high school freshmen frantically searching for the 5th floor to find the pool. Now, you had to mix in some goof-off and sheer stupidity time into your high school career. It made the difficult moments a bit easier to deal with. Now, a few months back, I was relating to Mr. Bruckner how much I missed being a Murrow student. My 4 years there contained some of the best moments of my life, events I'll remember always, stories I can pass on to my kids someday. Now, all of you should feel very lucky and very special for being part of the Murrow experience. It's not something a lot of people can appreciate. Murrow is a unique school, not just academically, but more so in the kind of opportunities it offers its students. I found my calling in life after performing on stage in many Murrow productions and playing in the advanced and jazz bands. Now, granted, I didn't become a Hollywood movie star, but as Marissa Tomei proved, it's possible for a Murrow graduate to hit the big time. Now, I knew Marissa, and I worked with her in acting classes and on stage in Murrow productions. All she ever wanted was to be a star, and now she is. Which just proves that if you have a dream, recognize it, take whatever steps you have to achieve it, and pursue your dream with all your heart and soul. Now, I knew I wanted to be on the radio since I was about 7 years old. My tiny transistor radio was my best friend when I was a kid. All those wonderful sounds, great music, those funny commercials, jingles, and those fast-talking DJs. How did they talk so fast and never make a mistake? The biggest mystery to me was how they could talk over the beginning of a record and stop just before the singing started. Right? And they made it seem so effortless, so simple. And I knew I wanted to do that someday. When most kids are out playing baseball and football, I was dragging my poor mom and dad to record stores looking for the latest 45s. Remember those things? Little 7-inch records, right? They don't make them anymore, see? Now remember, I was a kid in the 70s. Now sure, your folks grew up with Elvis, the Beatles, and the Stones. For me, it was the Partridge Family, the Bay City Rollers, and the disco era. And the Brady Bunch, very good. Now, it looks like the 70s are coming back too, especially the clothes, right? Now, when I was at Murrow in the early 80s, it was skinny ties and short hair. Now it's long hair, bell bottoms, and clogs. Can the return of disco be far away? God, I hope not. No, for me, radio was all I ever wanted. I learned about the mechanics of radio in Mr. Oster's 2 radio classes at Murrow. And working with Mr. Ellman on the fantastic Murrow productions I was lucky enough to be in, now that nurtured the performance aspect of radio in me. No, Mr. Ellman, I still can't sing or dance, but I can talk over the beginning of a record and stop before the music starts. Now, as soon as I landed at Brooklyn College in September of 1983, I went directly to the college radio station, and I said, give me something to do. After a few weeks of sweeping floors and filing records, I was allowed to do the news and eventually got my own DJ show. Soon after that, I became program director at WVCR, the college radio station, and ran the operation for 2 years. During my junior year, I got a weekend job as a production assistant at WINS, the old news station, and later that year, I got my first commercial radio on-air job as a DJ. It was a Sunday afternoon shift at 1530 WJDM, a tiny, tiny 500-watt oldie station in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And from there, I began the long, paying my dues route through New Jersey, Connecticut, and Long Island, working for small radio stations all along the way. Lots of long hours, lots of overnight shifts, working midnight to 6 a.m., and very little money. But if you love what you do, the money won't matter. And if you keep at it, the money will come. After working for almost every kind of radio station there is, rock, soft rock, oldies, country, top 40, you name it, I finally landed at, of all things, a classical radio station. Now, while I've always loved classical music, I never in a million years thought I'd work for a classical radio station. They were always so stuffy, so elitist, you know? But WNCN is not your average classical station. Anyone who's listened to us at 104.3 FM knows that WNCN is hip, upbeat, and very friendly. Quite the opposite of most classical stations. And that's what drove me to it, first as a listener, and then as an employee. And there's a reason for that. All of us that work at WNCN come from rock, soft rock, or oldie stations. So we had no preconception of what classical radio was supposed to sound like. I've been the assistant program director and worked as an announcer there for 2 years now, and I love every minute of it. Now, as I said earlier, you should all feel very privileged you're Murrow graduates. But remember this, no matter how good your grades are, no matter what college you're going to in the fall, you're still from Brooklyn. Hang on a second. There's a certain negative stereotype that goes along with that, okay? Especially if you move out of town. Now, I remember sending out tapes and resumes to radio stations in Illinois and Maryland trying to get a job. They'd take one look at the name on the envelope, Vinnie Marino from Brooklyn, and an immediate picture would come to mind. Hey, how you doing? I'm Vinnie from Brooklyn. So you guys gonna give me a job or what, right? Of course, once they put the tape on, they realized that I didn't speak that way. And neither do any of you. But unfortunately, movies and television have established the Brooklyn stereotype for men and women. Well, I guess we have Marissa Tomei to thank for that too, huh? Anyway, be proud that you're from Brooklyn. Prove to that prospective boss that Brooklynites are not all loudmouth lunkheads, okay? You are all shining examples of what people from Brooklyn are capable of. You made it through the best school in the borough and one of the best schools in the whole state, all right? To close, I'd like to quote from the great modern philosopher and songwriter, Lou Reed. Who? High school is a time of magic and loss. There's magic in the curiosity of youth, the feeling that there are no limits, nothing you can't do. Magic in becoming a young adult with the ability to try new and different experiences. There's magic in the friendships you've made, maybe friends you'll have for the rest of your life. And there's magic in the memories you're beginning to catalog right now. High school is also a time of loss of innocence, loss of preconceived notions about life, loss of friends and family members, and most significantly, loss of childhood. From here on in, you are all no longer children. Yes, that chapter of your life is closed, and the next one is about to begin. For most of you, it'll be off to college. For some of you, straight to the job market. Savor this time of your lives. You only graduate from high school once. Don't be afraid of what's to come. Recognize it, face it, and embrace it. You can do anything you want to do. The whole world is open to you. Not only are you high school graduates, you're Murrow graduates. Best of luck. Congratulations. You made it.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, my fellow graduates. My name is Allison Brandt. Here tonight, I'm proud to introduce a man of great stature, a role model to us all, a graduating student from the State University of New York at Plattsburgh. He then went on to work for Congressman Schumer as his budget director, press assistant, and foreign affairs assistant. When the city charter revision led to the creation of the new city council districts, he ran for a newly created seat covering Sheepshead Bay, Manhattan Beach, and Midwood, the 48th district. He won a 6-way primary and a 3-way general election to become, at age 27, the youngest member of the city council in history. He represents the potential that many of us can attain. I introduce to you Councilman Anthony Weiner.
Thank you very much. It is an honor to greet the graduating class of 1993 for a couple of reasons. The first is that although my brothers Seth and Jason were both graduates of Murrow, Mr. Bruckner did not accept me to be a graduate of Murrow, so that's right, I wound up at Brooklyn Tech and I have been regretting it ever since, but don't tell them I said that. The second reason it is a great pride to me to be here is in my first 2 years in the city council, it's very common for my colleagues from all around the city to come to me at this time of year and brag about the graduation or occasion that they had been to high schools in their districts. And I've always been able to look them in the eye and say, because of the great education that is provided at Murrow, that I am proud to represent the finest high school in the city of New York. But as much as we are here to celebrate the accomplishments of the graduating class of 1993, and there is a great deal to celebrate, and as much as we can be proud of the accomplishments of the folks on this stage and your teachers and staff at Murrow, I think we would all be remiss if we did not look over our shoulders for a moment and give a round of applause to our parents and our relatives who helped get us here. It is often the case that we don't realize just how lucky we were until years beyond. But I can say, understanding what I do about the inner workings of Murrow and having met many of you, you truly are fortunate to have gotten an education at this fine school. So on behalf of your Councilman Anthony Weiner and my family, the heartiest congratulations to you and your families. Thank you for your
Community in which he was raised. In the 12 years since his constituents first sent him to Washington, he has earned a well-deserved reputation as a dynamic legislator and an effective public servant. So without further ado, I give to you Congressman E. Schumer.
Well, thank you very much, and it really is a pleasure for me to be here once again at Murrow's graduation. As I look out at you about to graduate, it's exciting because you are going to now enter a very exciting phase of your life. You're going to have great accomplishments. You will also make big mistakes. I was just at lunch yesterday with a friend of mine, and we reminisced. When I was a senior in college, I won a scholarship called the Sheldon Fellowship to travel around the world. In June, I wrote the Sheldon Fellowship Committee and said I must turn down the scholarship. 2 months before, I had fallen in love, and I didn't want to be away from my true love for the year. In August, she dropped me. No trip around the world, I haven't been yet, and I've regretted it ever since. And you will make mistakes probably even bigger than that, but the question is, to get off at the scholarship, take it. But it's how you rebound from those mistakes that will matter. And I do want to tell you that you have been given excellent preparation. You've heard here, and I can verify that Murrow is one of the finest high schools in the entire nation. But you've also gone to school here in Brooklyn. You've gone to a big high school with many different people of all different backgrounds. And you know, when I graduated from Madison, Murrow wasn't built. Can't have it all. And from there, I was lucky enough to get into Harvard. And between my freshman year and my senior year in high school, my freshman year in college, I was scared. I said, how am I, a kid from the streets of Brooklyn, going to compete with all of those from the fancy private schools and wealthy suburban school districts who were the mainstream of Harvard's population? When I got to college, I found that much to my surprise and much to my delight, the education that I had been given inside the walls of a fine New York City high school kept me in the ballpark. But just as important, perhaps more importantly, going to a large high school with students of many different backgrounds, growing up in Brooklyn, being on my own, gave me something that those in the fancy private schools and wealthy suburban school districts didn't have. A knowledge of how to get along with many different kinds of people, how to get things done, make things work. For lack of a better word, you can call it street smarts, which, if applied appropriately, is as important as the education you will receive in the classroom. And so I say to you, graduates of Murrow, you've been given a gift, an outstanding education both inside and outside your classroom walls. From the Schumer family to you and yours, it is our hope and our prayer, and indeed our confidence, that you will use that gift wisely and use it well. Congratulations and much success. We're proud of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special presentation now. It's my pleasure to call to the podium, representing Governor Cuomo's office, Mr. Jeff Klein.
Good evening, graduates, various guests, ladies and gentlemen. Early this year, Governor Cuomo named June as Cultural Diversity Month and developed the Decade of the Child Award. The governor asked the director of the New York State Division for Youth, Leonard Dunstan, and the commissioner of the New York State Commission for Human Rights to look at the high schools and to look for a school that excelled in cultural diversity and that had a special program to celebrate and encourage cultural unity. Edward R. Murrow has been chosen for one of the first of these awards. You have an excellent chapter of the Council for Unity, of which Mr. Zaza is coordinator. In looking at the school's programs, we were especially impressed with the Youth in the 90s Conference to promote living peacefully in a multicultural society. On behalf of Governor Cuomo and Mrs. Cuomo, Margarita Rosa, and Leonard Dunstan, we're pleased to present this Decade of the Child poster with a special message to the school signed by Matilda Cuomo and the Certificate of Merit from the New York State Division for Youth and the New York State Commission of Human Rights. Thank you.
On behalf of Edward R. Murrow High School and the dedicated members of the Council for Unity, we thank you for this award.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hawk Len. I remember when I first entered Murrow 4 years ago. I was a small, shivering freshman. Not that I'm any taller now, but back then I was confused as ever. I didn't know whether Murrow was the right place for me. I went down to my counselor, asking her to transfer me to Midwood, but she hesitated, telling me that Murrow has the same reputation as Midwood. But I didn't believe her. Then I was enrolled in classics. There I met a man who unfolded the world of literature to me. He introduced me to Africa's literature, and from there he showed me the past when we studied biblical literature. From that point on, I saw that my counselor was right all along, and my heart was set on Murrow. It was because of this man I can now look at literature in a different perspective. The experience that I got from this man cannot be put into a one-minute speech, but what I can tell you is that from him I also learned right from wrong. And the performing we had to do for his class has made me bold enough to stand up in front of you all tonight. He has been a teacher at Murrow since 1976. Through those years, he has taught and is still teaching English and humanities classes. During his time in Murrow, he has worked with our school's newspaper and later with the literary magazine. He is currently the UFT chapter leader. Tonight, he is here to present the UFT Scholarship, which is given each year to honor deserving students who achieve academic and social excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty members, graduates, Mr. Bruckner, it is my honor to introduce Mr. Jules Tracton, UFT chapter chairperson and teacher of English.
Thank you. Ricky was wrong in one thing. He is a lot taller than he was when we first met. You never would have seen him from this podium then. Tonight, we have what may be a new record in number of UFT scholarships. In past years, we have given 3 or 4. Tonight, we have 7. The UFT College Scholarship Fund is proud to make its awards to these students. These awards, each worth $4,000 over 4 years, are being presented to students in every public high school in New York City. Our winners have a lot of reason to be proud. They were selected from among almost 3,000 eligible applicants. The awards are based on their performance, their potential, both academic and social. And we look at what they've done in school and what they promise to do for society. In the past, Murrow has received 67 of these awards over these graduations. In the city, there are now over 6,000 graduates of the program who are already in society, working in professions, working for people, working for progress. And these 7, we assume, and we have been right in the past, are going to join them. This program, which was developed as a result of collective bargaining between the Board of Education and the United Federation of Teachers, is unique in that it provides benefits not for the union membership, but for the students. The teachers in Murrow enthusiastically congratulate these scholars. They have really earned these awards. We are honored to be able to provide this assistance to them. We are confident that they're going to make us, their school, and their families very proud of them. I'd like to ask the award winners to come up to receive their certificates, and please honor them as you hear their names. Yayu Tsai, Kawing Chu, Chitai Chung, Sun Wook Yao, Chi Yi Wang, Stacy Maher, Hoi Yan Jung, and Shifeng Lu. I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
and honor all those who've guided us through the past years, our parents, our teachers, and especially our friends. Each group was significant, but equally supportive and equally important. When viewed in totality, this combined unit formed the nucleus of the foundation for our growth and learning. I must single out the Parents Association for its meritorious contribution. On behalf of the student body, I would like to convey our gratitude to the Parents Association for its continued patience, understanding, and support. This is a symbol of the confidence you have in us. I wish to offer you our pledge of commitment that with hard work and sacrifices, we will be successful. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the co-chairpersons of the Parents Association, Mrs. Ann Moggs and Mrs. Susan Remler, who will present the Parents Association Award.
The Parents Association of Edward R. Murrow High School is proud to award 6 certificates and 6 checks to a select group of students who have achieved outstanding academic success or have contributed to the life of our school by giving their time and energy to many special projects. While the sum of money we award may not be large, we hope that the recipients find it helpful as they begin their lives in college. I ask the following students to come to the stage. Jennifer Ann D. Gregario, Jeff Pokris, Allison Sikorsky, Lucille McDonald, Kendra Hutchinson, and Tri-Tech Jones. Congratulations and good luck to you all.
Good evening, my name is Adele Samuel. When former Murrow student and 1992 Academy Award winner Marissa Tomei appeared on the Arsenio Hall show, she could have spent her 10-minute segment discussing any of the highlights of her 10-year professional career. Instead, she chose to relate an anecdote about her appearance in the 1980 Murrow production of Fiorello, thereby honoring the Players Circle and the exceptional Murrow Theater program which trains her. Tonight, we honor the more than 50 1993 graduates, performers, directors, musicians, crew, who have made the last 4 years of Murrow Theater the most successful in the school's history. It began with 2 classic musicals, Annie Get Your Gun and The King and I. Continue with such delightful diversions as Anything Goes and Little Shop of Horrors. And culminated with the daring and challenging Into the Woods and Sweeney Todd. On the dramatic side, audiences were riveted by productions like Twelfth Night, A Raisin in the Sun, The Diary of Anne Frank, and The Miracle Worker. To perform a medley of songs from recent Murrow musicals, we chose 6 students whose names are synonymous with excellence. Katie Gilligan, accompany them on the piano with Bonnie Goldstein.
dressing room they call the star. Let's go on with the show.
They say that falling in love is wonderful. It's wonderful, so they say. And with the moon up above, it's wonderful. It's wonderful, so they tell me. I can't recall who said it. I know I never read it. I only know that falling in love is grand. And the thing that's known as romance is wonderful, wonderful in every way, so they say. I'm lost in his arms and I had to stay. It was dark in his arms and I lost my way. And I said to my heart as it foolishly kept jumping all around, I got lost, but look what I found. Little shop, little shop, little shop of terrors, what you shop, little shop of horrors, no one knows. Downtown where the folks are broke, downtown where your life is a joke, downtown where you buy a Coke and you go home to Skid Row.
Had me a blast.
Summer loving happened so fast.
Met a girl so crazy for me.
Met a boy who feels me.
So the days are drifting away. No summer We kiss in a shadow. We hide from the moon. Our meetings are few and over too soon. We speak in a whisper, afraid to be heard. When people are near, we speak not a word.
Your arms are
We kiss in a shadow.
I have dreamed what a joy you'll be.
We hide from the moon.
I have dreamed every word you whisper
says for old man,
You hear, dear Mother Nature, let them know.
let yourself go, son, it's me sweet, a chickadee. And when I kiss you, just say to me, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's delectable, it's delirious, it's dilemma, it's the limit, it's deluxe, it's the lovely. Fascinating, sipping coffee, dancing pretty women are a wonder. Pretty women sitting in the window or standing on the stair. Something in them cheers the air. Pretty women, silhouetted, stay within you, glancing, stay forever, breathing lightly. Pretty women, pretty women.
Sometimes we leave you halfway through the road. Do not let it grieve you. No one leaves for good. You are not alone. No one is alone. Hold him to the light now. Let him see the glow. Things will be all right now. Tell him what you know. Careful the things you say. Children will listen. Careful the things you do. Children will see and learn. Children will look to you, and children will listen. Children will look to you for which way to turn to learn what to be. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen. No one's fearful, no one's deep, no one's dark, and though you may lose the path, though you may come to lose. No one's deep, no one's dark, and though you may lose the path, you have to listen. You can't just act, you have to think. There are always wolves, there are always smells, there are always beans, or a giant dwells us. So into the woods you go again. You have to every now and then. Into the woods, no telling when. Be ready for the journey. Into the woods, each time you go, there's more to learn of what you know. Into the woods, but not too slow. Into the woods, it's nearing midnight. Into the woods to mind the wolf, to heed the witch, to honor the giant, to mind, to heed, to find, to think, to teach, to join, to go to the festival. Into the woods, into the woods, into the woods, and out of the woods, and happy ever after. Twilight descends, everything ends till tomorrow, tomorrow. Since we must part, here is my heart till tomorrow, tomorrow. Clouds drifting by, echo a sigh. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I'm drifting too, dreaming of you till tomorrow.
encouragement, our friends for their guidance and acceptance, and most of all to our teachers for their outstanding abilities to teach and enlighten. I feel extremely privileged to have attended Murrow and to have lived with its environment of independence. The recognition for this goes to Mr. Saul Bruckner. It has been his belief that has created an atmosphere of dedication and accomplishment within the school. All the work he has done has obviously paid off, for Murrow has the reputation of being one of the finest and most recognized schools in New York City, a school of excellence. It would be very hard to maintain such a status without his beliefs being put into action. He has created an atmosphere where the students are treated like adults. Mr. Bruckner was just named Principal of the Year by Chancellor Fernandez. And received an honorary doctorate from the State University at Oneonta. It is now with great pride that I introduce to you the principal of Edward R. Murrow, Mr. Saul Bruckner.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for the kind introduction. But Murrow is not the creation of any one person. It is the product of many hands working over many years. So if you wish to applaud, I ask that you applaud your teachers, counselors, and department supervisors who have made the school what it is and made it possible for you to be here today. At a recent college commencement, Art Bookwall, the humorist, opened his address by paraphrasing Charles Dickens and saying, "These are neither the best of times nor the worst of times, but they are your times." Bookwald is right. These are your times, and they will take you into a new century, the 21st, a new century which will begin only 7 years from now and only 3 years after you graduate from college. These new times, your times, will present you with many opportunities. You are part of a generation which lives in a country which faces neither war, the threat of war, or even Cold War. That could not be said for many graduating classes in the last half-century, and it gives you the opportunity to help make this country a peaceful one and even a better one. If the demographers are right, the number of people in your age group is smaller than the number of people in the age groups which preceded you. That means that you and your skills will be in greater demand because they'll be in short supply. But if you are to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that are before you, you must be prepared to take advantage of them. Your world will increasingly be a technological world, and you'll need a knowledge of computers, word processors, and technology in most occupations and most careers. Many of you have already had a head start in understanding and using that technology, and that will give you an advantage in the times that lie ahead. The world of the 21st century will also be a world which will require you to learn and relearn many things, since it will be a world of rapid change. Coming from a school which ends a cycle on a Friday and begins a new cycle on a Monday, you should be used to rapid change and the flexibility which it requires. The nation that you will live in the 21st century will resemble Edward R. Murrow High School much more than it resembles the United States of today. The future American nation will have even greater numbers of people who have come from Asia, the Caribbean, Central America, Eastern Europe, and Africa. You should fit into that nation with ease, since many of you have come from those areas and have attended school with classmates who've come here from more than 60 nations of the world. You've demonstrated the ability to live and work together and to accept social and cultural differences. This, too, will give you an advantage in a nation with a changing population. In brief, you will have the opportunity to fulfill the motto of the United States, e pluribus unum, out of many, one. Your times will be good or bad for you as individuals to the extent that you make them so. Hard work, an open mind, willing hands, tolerance, and respect for diversity will all contribute to making your times good times. So my closing words to you are, these are your times. Go out there and make the most of them. Thank you.
It is time now for us to meet the graduates. The candidates for graduation. Before I do that, I just simply would like to introduce to your parents, the counselors and grade advisors who have got you to this point. If they could please stand when I call their name. Ms. Linda Harris, Mr. Barry Nemiroff, Ms. Anita DiMattia, Mr. Seymour Sharon, Ms. Hazel Tishkoff, Ms. Rita Miller, Mr. Arvin Shapiro, Mr. Joe Kushner, Ms. Diane Duberstein, Ms. Gladys Graham, Ms. Susan Sherrill, Ms. Shinwa Reef, Ms. Estelle Glasser, and Ms. Lisa Musikoff. And now, we'd like you to meet parents and friends, the candidates for graduation from Edward R. Murrow High School.
Paul Licorice. Michael Leviton. Neil Trin. Andre Finicchiaro. Terrence Kenneth. Jason Noel. Jordan Goldman. Emily Mott. Adam Cohen. Paul Nilsson. Jamie Goldman. Adele Sanders, Kyrie Love, Shamika Santana, Michelle Patton, Mark Lang, Chico Paris, Allison Grant, Angelina Gonzalez, Catherine Gilligan, Heidi Ramirez, Rosanna Lugo, Meryl Finger, Jonathan Levine, Natasha Spence. Tara Castaglio, Lisa Alamis, Victoria Jersey, Nicole Felder, Jennifer Edna, Betty Eclippi, Vegeta Junta, Lauren Cohen, Anuncion Andan, Naomi Goldberg, Gina Dirk, Jennifer DiGregorio, Cindy Bernstein, Jay Hong, Natalie Chin, Kwak Lim Chen, Joyce Chu, Gloria Eclippi, Betty Silverstone, Stacy Gerstenhaber, Carla Della Porta, Valerie Jean Grande, Irene Pomovich, Jennifer Beach, Rachel Antel, Alexandra Grande, Eileen Justiniano, Shaloma Della Torre, Maria Bayal, Tanisha Ali Slade, Joanne Carrera, Red Flair, Jennifer Baruso, Daria Kamens, Mariana Campisi, Liliana DeAndre, Renee Caliendo, Heather Colvins, Sibylle Kornamos, Tanisha Carrion, Joy Jarashi, Diane Dionis, Nicole Jerome, Zhao Hong Hao, Ann Lee Fung, Gina Costa, Lauren Goldman, Stacy Balaban, Maya Edelman, Joanne Conti, Ellie Doe Fisher, Tanya Block, Gillian Brody, Alana Karakopkin, Andrea Rashbaum, Paula Yubner, Melanie Blankstein, Jennifer Hayun, Dahlia Krakowski, Anita Gelman, Gail Kaufman, Josephine Guzzo, Teresa Calpatera, Colette Cardoza, Jenny Chen, Lisa Chen, Amy Eng, Sun Walk O, Patricia Dudino, Conchetta Kalemi, Julia Colon, Claire Belanger, Milagros Cabrera, Aldalpiza Shimon, Angela Garcia, Fatima Fernandez, Monique Conti, Tracy Stevens, Marina Dubadovsky, Jenny Chow, Kimberly August, Sultana Colton, Danielle Isaacs, Elizabeth Brooks, Allison Capella, Kimberly Block, Anna Kadashi, Jordana Hurd, Lisa Bartman, Lisa Conti, Tracy Fenway, Donna DeStefano, Tara Dischiavi, Joanna Bacinelli, Pietra Candela, Lisa De Palma, Claudia Blemont, Monique Anderson, Ina Greshka, Natalie Grinman, Ina Krupkina, Loranda Banner, Nina Komolsky, Elena Fenn, Plazova Bella, Helen Brizanova, Julie Kutowski, Elena Fenneman, Karen Katz, Heather Berger, Lisa Bedell, Andrea Goldstein, Declan Agel, Natalie Ferguson, Marlise Edmond, Kendra Hutchison, Joanne Cole, Marilyn Vito, Miranda Woodward, Salma Joette, Janet Castro, Joanne Kajust, Tiffany Harrison, Susanna Austin, Simone Carter, Nikki Patel, Eunice Ayala, Maribel Almonte, Jasmine Lazari, Jody Figueroa, Nakia Johnson, Jeanette Castro, Maricela Feliciano, Norina Guidos, Cindy Calderon, Clara Bayless, Jennifer Cangiarella, Janine Cangiarella, Regina Patoy, Pamela Jimenez, Bree Amaville, Jennifer Cafiero, Jenny Gershik, Andrew Kakis, Banu Dukatis, Rashanta Baptiste, Alana Beer, Janelle Evers, Ludi Aristide, Tamika Blaze, Keisha Kelman, Leanne Avalos, Noel Bahia, Nikki Ennis, Laurie Shaw, Danielle Boyd, Lily Curry, Beata Guption, Evelyn Islip, Donnell Dawkins, Jennifer Grossman, Sultana Duzar, Janeda Prophet, Monique Eversley, Michelle Baptiste, Michelle Headley, Dion Goodman, Tanya Gray, Tina Johnson, Kristen Henkel, Jennifer Dolan, Vanessa Cox, Rosemary Cox, Dana Blackman, Joanne Habab, Lynn Fenley, Judy Jean. Leanne Shamlian, Chango Patricio, Danielle Barreto, Jose Rojas, Tan Drum, George Achapinti, Billy Ball, Slade Anderson, Neil Harry, Manwan Wang, Yang Zhangzi, Arkady Belozovsky, Kwakwe Yu, Raul Montalvo, Anthony Carone. Frank McMahon. Carrie Silverman. Matthew Jacobs. Felix Belter. Ira Silverman. Wade Chu. John Tran. Danny Liu. Jay Lee. Joe Tan. Jason Chan. Paul Shapiro. Raymond Perez. Joaquin Fields. Alan Mason. Joe Dugan. Michael O'Connor. Evan Kirschenbaum. Jay Bedubi. Alan Aguba. Eugene Bassel. David Schroeder. Ryan King. Stephen Wong. Andy Lau. Su Feng Lau. Yayu Choi. Jin Liang. Chi Fa Lo. Alexander Glitsky. Sergey Mikkelsen. Alexander Racklin. Igor Chapman. Alex Adelnikov. Igor Rubenstein. Yu Yan Yu. Choi Yu Sun. Yun Yu. Mark Tien. Kei Wing Chu. Gary Wasserstrom. Benjamin Figueroa. Alex Kudovi. Richard Kupferberg. Douglas McLeod. Russell Finkelstein. Timmy Chang. Jose Montero. Curtis Henderson. Lee Schweiger. Z. Liang. Miguel Moreno. Thomas Flavin. Vlad Cessna. Nestor Flores. Jeff Parkers. Kenneth Kwok. Edward Eng. William Tan. Danny Lowe. Ricky Fung. Kit Ting. Peter Yen. Eric Siegel. Jeremy Lee. Tom Bushiri. Ryan Stein. Matthew Siegel. Vlad Sultanovich. Larry Charlotte. Ryan Madden. Robert Blassie. Brett Pachito. David Shostatovsky. John Cangiarella. Alex Kogan. Gregory Novikov. Michael Epsenhart. Michael Wasserman. Rohan Ramsoon Moose. David Samowitz. Vincent Dugan. Stephen Grisbeck. Frank Rizzo. And Carol Alvarado. Robert Mitchell. Miguel Ayala. Nicholas Trainer. Giancarlo Visconti. Enzo Olio. Robert LaCroix. Daniel DiGennaro. Christopher Hayes. Andrew Fuller. Luke Monk. Franklin Stratton. Matthew Gardner. Sean Pack. Eugene Kobzak. Jake Clark. Adam Harriman. David Faulkner. Jack Kerskowitz. Igor Aaron. Patrick Morera. Russell Schroeder. Carlos Porter. Harry Crockett. Darrell Henry Charles. Eric Linder. Bassem Ahmed. Yusuf Abdul Malik. Carlos Pizarro. Wahid Abdul. Rudis Sikma. Chris Oliva. Miles Zendani. Floyd Nash. Michael Dwyer, Jean Latikov, Victor Shrista, Alex Rabinovich, Leon Alexandrovich, Ilya Finkelstein, Vito Borko, Matthew Barry, Alex Berger, Tamir Cohen, Glenn Rayner, Joseph Newman, Sukru Ozdekin, Ronnie Pierre, Victor Marco, Salvatore Peruto, Joe Porter, Roberto Evans, Neil May, Eric David Levine, Michael Russ, Damian Collins, Keith Williams, Jimmy G. Marie, Trevor Kuntz, Ken McDavid, Jason Hargrove, Isa Abdullah, Stephen Lambros, Eugene Novak, Omar Rosario, Frank Bueno, Sam Livingston, Cam N, Chief Chuck, Abdul Rose, Tom Coutinho.
It's empty.
Annie Martucci, Jessica Lesser, Wen Ting Lam, Tracy Wilk, Liz Bahoski, Carmen Mario Sanchez, Sherry Pinsky, Dion Lyons. Stacy Victoria Faber, Sandra Rivera, Rayson Tam, Jeannie Park, Tamika Senior, Elena Pomeranz, Anna Ritchie B. Santos, Faye Ng, Oyin Wong, Alyssa Lee, Ivy Lee, Pauline Wong, Viltana Kuczynski, Beth Mastro Marino, Anita Ramgat, Lisa Lau, Veronica Rabinovich, Carla Mayorga, Mayanik Torres, Elvira Versace, Gina Neri, Lorna Nemhard, Sharon Reedberg, Camille Sola, Melissa Renton, Talia Salim, Margaret Morgan, Sindhu Shamaskret, Keisha Regis, Yayu Gun, Yi Yu Shen, Zhao Yan Yun, Hao Si Lung, Shirley Cheng, Nina Chu, Kit Nagai, Yan Tan, Lucille McDonald, Stephanie Mercandetti, Jennifer Spallone, Donna Palmieri, Andrea Weiss, Michelle Shawno, Jody Shuloff, Allison Muncher, Terry Ann Pace, Stella London, Jennifer Shakur, Karen Riccio, Allison Sikorsky, Diana Ladani, Ella Seltzer, Myrna Morano, Chrissy Lee, Tracy Lee, April Taylor, Linda Spadaro, Lisa Posner, Doris Yee, Maggie Liu, Anna Wong, Connie Lung, Stephanie Morabito, Jennifer Skiri, Toby Strickler, Jody Needle, Stacy Mayer, Mariana Rottenberg, Keisha Parsons, Deanna Martin, Arislea Neri, Anita Ruiz, Ricky Leonard, Julie Wong, Ozarevsky Milo, Isla Spack, Larissa Ravitskaya, Yana Malikin, Irina Schmerling, Lena Olivenikova, Ruslana Vinikov, Regina Mazer, Rachel Castle, Lenora Sealy, Yelena Leckman, Tatiana Smenov, Olga Slavin, Julia Mandelblatt, Alla Pevsner, Janet Vitebsky, Suzette Singh, Tabitha Shiftahal, Tanya Ramos, Carmen Rivera, Arisleda Rodriguez, Daisy Solis, Mary Angie Sosa, Linda Wilkin, Anne-Marie Torado, Michelle Villanova, Mary Lynn Quinones, Melanie Montenegro, Veronica Ruiz, Catherine Sommer, Kimberly Walensky, Paula Scalzo, Amy Rosenthal, Randy Lewin, Eliza Shackler, Janine Strozzi, Kathleen Mata, Tony M. Pazziello, Christine Julietta, Natalie Vogel, Beth Muslizer, Julie Lee, Amy Tan, Cindy Say, Suni Medina, Laura Rubin, Nicole Secor, Michelle Bazzotti, Tanisha Smalls, Tisha Smalls, Trisha Lewis, Acela Alino, Suzanne Robinson, Jackie Reese, Dominique Robinson, Lisa Thomas, Ingrid Labassiere, Judy Semexton, Cheryl Roseman, Maricel Pena, Holly Martin, Danielle Neville, Yolanda Peterson, Takesha Ortiz, Natasha Robinson, Patty Sonis, Isabel Roman, Darlene Palmer, Crystal Perry, Cindy Colon, Natasha Eugene, Claudine Thea, Danielle Michelle, Paulette Mousson, Haïe Zawadi, Serena Bowen, Michelle Witter, Asia Turner, Zakia Pendaris, Natasha Morrison, Dorisha Ruiz-Zay, Tanyetta Parker, Kimberly Chance, Dale Rappaport, Susan Smith, Janine Massa, Diana Bailey, Colleen Vallow, Jeanette Solano, Allison Spivaletsky, Ina Revecha, Emily Regan, Terry Tobin, Nancy Lang, Maureen Syed, Barbara Lopez, Julie Samasova, Margarita Malemin, Nellie Popolevsky, Tara Mizrahi, Barbara Slasinski, Shazaria Polson, Shaquana Moore, Lisa Noel, Kristen Melton, Joanna Fairley, Amira McFarland, Shafan Johnson, Tamika Marie, Tisha Dixon, Allison Lott, Meredith Sines, Jessica R. Corbin, Bethany Grant, Nicole Vaughn, Sabine Mummins, Laura Kidd, Juan Eng, Carolina Quesaveda, Nathan Nolan, Jasmine Combs, Sheldon Fettis, Kenny James, Amira Tudor, Crystal Waiters.
And now, I'll say that again, and now, as the Assistant Principal of Guidance of Edward R. Murrow High School, I'm happy to declare that you are graduates of Edward R. Murrow High School. Congratulations.
Oh, he's out on his own. There you go. That's it. I'm going to go back there with her.